water. My hair don't look right. So used to looking with my high and tight. Go get my pick. I gotta go get my pick. Get my pick. Get my pick. Where's my pick? Gotta go get my pick. Shaka boom, shaka baka, shaboom, shaboom, baka, baka, boom, 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 boom. I can't dance anymore. I used to be a really dope dancer. I used to be dope with the dancing. Can't dance no more. They don't dance no more. I'm old. I can't dance no more. I used to get the young ladies out on the dance floor and schmooze them. Ooh. You can't schmooze with a gut. You know, you can't schmooze with this. You can't, it's no schmoozing room. It's like, girl. You cannot, schmooze the ladies with a gut. It's just the room that's here where the ladies are supposed to be. It's just, it's just too much. I don't know, it's going down a little bit. It's going down. Can't schmooze the ladies with a gut. I don't know, I got a little schmooze. Oh. Yeah, baby. Boom. Bow. Boom. Oh, my back. Can't schmooze the ladies with a bad back, you know. Back when I used to dance on the dance floor, I got a bad back. I can't schmooze the ladies. I ain't got no moves no more. I gotta go somewhere and learn how to put the moves on the ladies. Bam, 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 boom, bam, bam, boom, bam. I'm old. That's how I dance now. Boom, bam. Hey, you want to dance? Sure. That's all I got. That's all I got. I got nothing else. I point when I dance. Everybody else is, I'm like that. Bring. There it is, ladies. Like it or not, that's all I got. NBA is fixed. So why watch the NBA if it's fixed? This is how I watch the NBA now. I know you didn't just miss 11 shots. Raptors. You didn't just miss a finger roll, did you? Did you just miss a finger roll? Did you just airball that? Is that what you just did? You just airballed that, Raptors? You just shot it clean over the whole creation, Raptors? Is that what we're doing now? The Raptors know the deal. Raptors know they ain't going nowhere. They're going to be sitting at home with Older Depot. Boop the boom bam. What's the best music to dance to now? Because I can't listen to the recent music they got out. Like, I can't dance to Cardi B. If you wanted to, it's just too much cursing in there for me. I can't even listen to it. Although the video's dope. The Cardi B's. I like her Instagram, but I can't listen to Cardi's music. It's just calling people bad names, and I'm old-fashioned. But the NBA's fixed. Chris Broussard, NBA analyst, out there telling the truth. I'm like, Chris, go ahead and tell us what happened. He said they missed 11 shots. Raptors did in 2016, missed 12 straight foul shots. See, missing 12 shots in a row and going into OT. I mean, they could have against Cleveland, but they did. They knew better. Listen, these guys are professionals. This is what they do. You know, it's just like boxing is fixed. You know, Floyd Mayweather has lost before a court in a CompuBox. He has, but they gave it to him. All right. So him saying I never lost is a lie. All right. We've seen Floyd get punched square in the face, and then the dude that hit him, which is Sugar Shane, hit him. Then Sugar Shane all of a sudden doesn't fight anymore after he punches Floyd in the face. Bow! Floyd gets hit, and then Sugar Shane is like, hit me, please, hit me. Boom! And Sugar Shane gets hit. It's like, come on, man. Come on. Sugar Shane knew the deal. He got paid to lose. And come on, Sugar Shane Mosley got paid to lose against Floyd Mayweather. And we know it. We saw it. It was clear as day. You know what I'm saying? He could have probably beat Floyd. It's like, come on, man. It's all fixed. All fixed. I mean, this is what they do. It's like, okay, Raptors. Okay, so here's my prediction for the Raptors. I think after I get done picking my hair out and going into the bathroom and cutting it so I can come back and look like a G, the Raptors are going to beat Cleveland, and it's going to be like, I don't know, they might beat them by 25. Not Chris Broussard and I. You know, we talk every now and then. No, we don't. Not really. But we agreed on something, that they need to let LeBron rest. Because whether it's fixed or not, the man is just tired. He's just So what they need to do is just, you know, let him rest. Chris Broussard, has he ever played ball? Anyway, I'm just saying, guys, NBA's fixed. People are full of it. Now, somebody asked me recently, they said, Tone, you handsome man, with the super dope flat top looking like, you know, Robinson. And I answered to that, of course. I was like, yes, I am quite stunning. And my hairdo is lovely. I said, what is it you want, young fellow? And he said, Tone, why is the NBA fixed? And I said, query, why is the NBA fixed? Let's just ponder upon that. For ratings, to keep you guys engulfed in a play that's not real. It's the same thing about what NASA tells you about, you know, what the Earth looks like. What they're telling you is not real, but they give you a well-orchestrated version of what they want you to believe. You know what I'm saying? And then they make money off of that belief. And they take that money and they, you know, fund their wars, and the 1% get super, 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 super unbelievably rich. They go and, you know, destabilize other countries. You know, they have, you know, people doing crazy stuff in this country, but they're just like, this happened over here, so what? But we want you to look at this. That's why basketball is a part of the machine. And the more that you watch it, the more you give in to the machine. You know what I'm saying? The more you pay basketball attention, the less you're paying something else that really, really matters. Because let's be for real or be for rowdy. Basketball doesn't matter to the majority of people. If you're just a fan of basketball and you're not making money off of it, this is not a living for you. The majority of the people who watch basketball are fans. That's it. They're fans. They're not making money off of basketball. It's not a major source of income for them. Like a lot of us talk about basketball and get a couple hits on YouTube. You know, that's not a big deal. Even the people who got 200,000-300,000 hits, who's got, 500,000 people on their channel because of basketball, in the long run, that's a very, very small number. It's good for YouTube. I mean, they're probably doing, 400 or 500 a day off of it. They're making a living. They're making a decent living. That's good. That's good. But in the wider scope of the monetary needs of basketball and what these guys are raking in, not to mention YouTube, the way YouTube does every now and then, they demonetize a lot of things. That can be here today and gone tomorrow. They could be here today and gone today. As soon as PewDiePie says something wrong, that 500 a day is gone down to, maybe $1. I'm just saying, it's a span of control. That's the answer. The more they can control you with, they control you by giving you water to buy instead of you drinking the water that's free, because the water that's free coming out of your spigot is not really the best for you to drink. It's a span of control. The food that you eat, the air that you breathe is all tainted. And you know that it's tainted, but they're like, go somewhere else and live. They give you that option. And then when you have a major economy that's not European, that has a serious come up and they're flourishing in that economy, the Europeans will go and destabilize that economy. They'll create a war or a reason to say that that economy is a threat to them. Then they'll just go over there and they'll, poison the people, poison the water, like they do, say that these people are terrorists or create a narrative to get the American people to buy into it. And then we watch, but watch basketball. We watch basketball, we feed the machine, and then they take this money, they military up, and then they go out and destroy, and it's the same thing over and over and over again. It's part of the machine. You're part of the machine. I look like a machine. It's part of the machine. It starts when you're born. They tell you what to do. The more they can control you, And a lot of people know the NBA is fixed. The questions that they ask me is, when somebody asks me a question like that, I don't really think you're asking me because you don't know. I think you're asking me because you don't know my version. That's why you're asking me. You just want to know my opinion. You're like, I know why I don't watch it, or I know what I think of it, but tell me what you think. I think if you're going to watch the NBA, don't be like these guys who take it to heart and expect these players to be in love with you because you love them. These players are not going to love you because you love them. They're just not. Oh, I love you, Steph Curry. You're the best. He is the best. He's the best at what he does. But it has nothing to do with you. Steph Curry isn't the best because of you. You don't influence Steph Curry to be the best. That's not what's influencing him to be the best. It's the people who pay him to be the best. And I keep telling you people, if nobody watches the NBA, or goes to the NBA, you know, to the rings and all that other stuff, and the numbers go down as far, they still have the ads. It's the people who, are paying the commercials and stuff that they're in. They still have those. Kraft, Home Depot, Target, Doritos, you know what I'm saying? Lexus, and, Rolex, and Gatorade, freaking Armorall, Gold Bond, like Gold Bond, underwear commercials, and TV endorsements, movies. Those are the people. The Jewish people. They want you to pay attention, so you don't pay attention to the stuff that they're doing around the country, in the country, and outside of the country that you should be really paying attention to and should be protesting heavily against. You should be boycotting. But as long as you stay destabilized in your mind, then you're not going to rise up against the machine. You're going to get up, go to work, come home, get up, go to work, come home. That's the way you're going to live. So this is one reason why the NBA is fixed. It's to keep your mind on it instead of other things that are far more important than the NBA. You could name 5 things right now that is more important than watching the NBA. You can just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But you can name 5 things that are more important than watching the NBA, but you'd rather watch the NBA than do those 5 things. That's just the facts. Why? Because it's a show. It's addicting. It's like sugar. Sugar's terrible for you, but nonetheless, you crave it. The NBA is, it's not the best thing for you to watch. But you crave it because your favorite player is playing. Why is so-and-so your favorite player? Because you know them personally? Do any of you know the stars that play? Have any of you ever met Oladipo? Anthony Davis, LeBron, Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? Porzingis. I met Porzingis. He knows me by name. Probably doesn't. I shook his hand. He probably doesn't remember. LeBron said hello and forgot your face as soon as he did it. Here's what it is. It is what it is. I'm just saying. Even though they have charities and stuff out there, it's like, okay, how many of you ever benefited from any of it? Hey, how's it going, Estrada? Shoot, I'm doing it, man. I've been here hanging out. I just decided to go live for a few minutes. See if anybody wanted to chat. I was going to talk anyway, whether anybody came on, but I am always happy to hear from you guys. You know what I'm saying? How many of you have ever benefited from a charity that one of these players have? Just curious. How many have ever you benefited from any of their charities? Just got off work, took a rest, threw on some boring game that Toronto will win. Yep, Toronto will win. But you know what? If Toronto loses, I don't care because I know the end results. But I think Toronto will win. LeBron might play 20 minutes. It's not a big deal. They might lose by 20, 25. Who cares? Who cares? Somebody else is on. You going to say hello? Or you just going to stare at me? That's all right. You like my haircut? I like my haircut. I'd stare at me too. I'm just messing around. But hello to whoever else is on right now. But yeah, I mean, did the game start? Okay. Okay, what's going on, Jordan King? I was wondering whoever else that was. I like to say hello to everyone. You know, that's just me. Let me see if I can bring up some of the highlights of the NBA. NBA round 2. It's the NBA. It's Jordan King. Jordan King drives down the middle. He shoots from the top of the key. He scores. Jordan King. He's on fire. Yeah, Raptors are winning 27-25. Oh. Yeah. 27-25 so far. Not a big deal. You like the rigged sports talk? Well, do you think the sports are rigged? Are you a naysayer? Are you muggling? You're a muggle? You're a non-believer? You are a muggle. Oh, they're rigged. Oh, yeah, 100%. 100% rigged. I was just trying to find out what side you on. You could be a muggle. We get some on here. I appreciate them, though. It's all good. Since we know pro sports are rigged, we can watch this justice. And that's my point. What up, Jamie? Yeah, Cavs will lose tonight, man. I say they're gonna lose by 15-20 or something around there, but it's not gonna matter. I think they should let your boy rest. I almost said Jordan. I think they should let LeBron Jordan rest. Just give him a little rest. You know, I think they should only play him like 15 minutes of the game. Just let him chill. You know, just play him enough so the ratings stay right. Yeah. Yeah. See, he has to play. You're what it's all about, LeBron. This is your season. Not to mention, this is the first season LeBron has played 82 games. I don't know if y'all knew that or not. So LeBron has never, in all of his 15 years, played 82 games. So this is a statistic that was kind of working against him because of, well, there was a few reasons. One, they were resting him a lot last year. And this is when Adam Silver, all LeBron had to do is steal one on the road. Yeah, all day. And Adam Silver was just like, okay, we can't do this because the people complained about it. They were like, we travel all this way to see him, and he doesn't suit up. We're not having that. So Adam Silver was like, you can't rest. You can't rest him during a nationally televised game. People spend way too much money to travel in the country and outside of countries to come see you. So, yeah, we're not doing that. So they can't, I mean, he can't rest, but this is his money. This is what they pay him for. This is his job. So what did he do? He's like, all right, I can't rest, fine. Now, you know, a lot of players that can't, they can't rest. So this is why you see a lot of injuries because they're like, I can't rest, fine, fake an injury. Steph Curry rested for how many months? You know what I'm saying? How long did Steph Curry rest? But see, they could afford that. I mean, listen, Steph Curry doesn't have to be playing right now, but the ratings go up because he is. But he rested is just, it's almost no fair. Because LeBron doesn't have somebody who, if he caught a knee, which he never has had a major injury, Why do they ever have LeBron? Because I was about to explain that, Jordan. Because they can't afford it. The Cavs are not a strong team. They're just not. So, okay, here's some of LeBron's or the reason why he's so good. The reason why LeBron is so good because when he's instantly on the floor, the team is better. Like you would say that about any superstar. However, no, he's never really been hurt. He's like a machine. So, and at the 15th year, you usually see a lot of people leaving the game because of bad knees and stuff. This guy's still knocking down jumpers like he's 21. So, when LeBron comes on the floor, instantly the team's better, right? But here's the thing. When LeBron comes on the floor, the team goes from, when he's off the floor, they drop down to maybe 8th, 9th, maybe 10th in their division. As soon as he gets on the floor, they jump up to 2 and 3. Instantly. All the numbers just bounce up. Now, when Michael Jordan wasn't on the floor, that didn't happen. When Steph Curry isn't on the floor, that doesn't happen. Golden State is still beating everybody with ease. I mean, they could sweep the team that they're playing right now. They beat everyone with ease. See, they can't afford, especially during the playoffs. If LeBron James isn't on the floor for one of the games, it's going to be a huge loss. They cannot afford him to stay out for 2 weeks or for a month. And during the playoffs, Steph Curry doesn't need to play. Steph Curry doesn't need to play at all right now. Steph Curry can run around on the court and sideline and just be. He just doesn't need to play. So I'm just saying there's a huge difference between them and LeBron. LeBron just doesn't have the help. LeBron left Cleveland because he didn't have the help. And when he came back, he knew he was going to get some help. You know what I'm saying? But you see, Cleveland keeps having the same problem. And the problem isn't really with Cleveland itself. You know what the problem is? It's the league. The league doesn't develop a whole lot of superstars like they used to. So if you go back into the 90s, the league had superstars on every team, and they had a great starting five. Remember the Fab Five? I mean, there just used to be a great starting five. A great starting five. No matter what team it was just like, these guys are great starting five. Yeah. So a great starting five, but you don't see that no more. You know why you don't see that no more? Because the league doesn't allow that. What up, Copper? But I've never told you guys don't watch it. Albert Silver wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. That's right. Because the league needs him. What up, Be at Ease? Yeah, I've never said don't watch it. I'm telling you guys why I don't watch it. You know? Yeah. Yeah, Copper, that's truly like what I have said repeatedly though, Copper, is when you do watch it, do not take it seriously. It's a play. Yeah. It's a play. That's what I'm saying. You're gonna watch the game. Don't sit there and with all of this, you know, pent up angst because something's not going your way. It's not supposed to. You know, even the cliffhangers that you watch. Now, the one thing I do like about the NBA is the athletes are real. Like, I can't go up against LeBron James. He is an athlete. Those guys are just good at what they do. That's real. They are the 1%. Okay? That's real. But it's not only them. I mean, they've gone to other countries and gotten their butts kicked. So let's be for real. Michael Jordan and the super team or whatever, supreme team, all right, they went to like Lithuania somewhere and them boys started balling out on them. Why? Because it was all about how good Michael Jordan was, how good Pippen is. And it's just like, no, this is a team sport. You guys forgot about that because you glorify one person and put them up at the top of the pinnacle. But that's not what we do in these countries. So they've gone to other countries and gotten their butts in the Olympics. You can go back and look at it. They end up winning because it's all about how great America is. But the truth is, some of those there are basketball teams out there that are just better than us. You know, if we play like it's all me, and not play like a team, we keep feeding Jordan the ball because he's a great scorer. There's just teams that's not the way basketball really is supposed to be played. It's a team sport, you know. So you look at some of these other countries, they can ball just as good as America can, and you don't know none of their names, and they don't care. They will come in as a unit and just mop you, and that's just the truth. Like, you know, when basketball, when they call themselves world champions, it's just like, you guys aren't world champions. You know, national. Okay, you might be in this nation. You know, it's corny still, but you know, don't go ahead and call yourself world champions because you're really not. Because you're not competing against the world. This is not the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. It's just so Americanized. America, oh, the great. We've never lost a war, which is a lie. We have lost a war. The war that we lost, they didn't even call it a war after they lost it. It's just like, I don't know what to tell you about that. But anyways, so yeah, Copper, just have fun watching it. Don't take it seriously. But you see a lot of people who watch the NBA and they're all crying, like the one lady when the Patriots beat the Falcons in the Super Bowl. This lady was, oh, the humanity. What up, Brother Jones? Brother Johns. They don't care. Very true. But it's because America is straight up gangster. America is the biggest gangster on the planet. Better notice. Cavs would, NBA champs. Yeah. Cavs will be the NBA champs. This is what I think. But yeah, America is, they be gangster, bro. You know, them and Russia. Don't put it past it. Don't put it past the Russians. Because they gangster on a whole nother level. Russia's wide open gangster. How is Putin still the president after how many years? It's like, and anybody who tries to, you know, dethrone Putin ends up, you know, in a barrel. And nah, I'm good. They losing for rating. They're going to lose. I told you guys that they're going to lose. Hell, they might lose 2 games. That would make the ratings better. You know, you don't want it to look like the Pacers. That was boring. Wasn't that boring? Cleveland wins, Pacers win. Cleveland wins, Pacers win. Cleveland wins. That was boring. There was nothing there. It was a bunch of, it was back and forth with this boring. What was more exciting? Cleveland wins, Pacers win, or Cleveland lose by 2. Cleveland's down 3-1, and then comes back in the 2016 finals and blows everybody away. I don't think Cavs ever had a chance. Well, let's be straight up, Biggs. Cavs are not going to play the Warriors. This is just what I think. If they do, I'll be surprised and I'll agree with you. And listen, if Cavs play the Warriors, I will go on live the next day when I found out they're going to play them, and I'll be like, Cavs lose in game 6. I will not be making any more NBA's fix. Cleveland wins the championship. That will be it. As soon, and listen, as soon as they decide what two teams are going, and if it's the Cavs versus, you know, the juggernaut that is Golden State, you will hear from me immediately. I will, you know, you guys can ask me straight up. I'll be like, I just don't think Cavs are gonna win. Nope. And I'm not even gonna like I'll say if Cavs win, I'll be surprised. But you won't see a video coming out saying the NBA is fixed, Cavs win a championship. You know, you'll see if the NBA is fixed, if Cavs win, I'll be surprised. But here's what you won't hear me say. Well, here's another thing you'll hear me say. I'm still going to keep the team that I chose. Because when I pick a team at the beginning of the year, I don't flip-flop. But I'm just not going to be like, oh, yeah. You know, I'll be like, I hope they win. But there's a good chance I think they're going to lose in game 5 or 6. Might be hard for Houston to beat GS. Who said that was going to be easy? Rockets lost to Jazz yesterday. Yeah, but James Harden was shooting air balls. LeBron James winner against the Pacers was exciting. It was boring for me because I knew it was going to happen. It's always boring when you know that's my point. Be at ease. That's my point. My whole point is I already know what's going to happen. So this is going to be boring for me. So I'm not going to watch it because I already see what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Listen, Golden State going up against anyone is a losing battle. But Jazz versus Warriors, and that doesn't matter. Are you picking Biggs? I will pick the World Series if you guys are interested in talking about it. If you guys are going to watch the videos. I do not have a crystal basketball. I don't have a Palantir. Lord of the Rings. Gandalf with the Palantir. Nah, I don't have a Palantir, or as I call it, a C&all. I do not. The Jazz aren't going to beat Rockets. And I don't think Jazz will beat the Rockets either. I'm not having that. So Kevin Love is trash on purpose. That's exactly what I think, Jones. I think Kevin Love is trash at all. I think Kevin Love is... Listen. Wasn't even, a month or so ago, you guys was calling out Tristan Thompson. Tristan Thompson had 16 in the last game. Wasn't even a month ago. We was talking about him in the hookah bar with the Kardashian, not the Kardashian, but with the two fine women filling on his junk and kissing him when he's got, a Kardashian pregnant, and everybody was just like, why is this 6'10" player not even on? We were like, why aren't they even playing Tristan Thompson? Then he comes out, bust 16 wide open. I'm just saying, these guys are put on hold on purpose. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're supposed to watch and see who's going to come out and do his thing. Because, like I said, LBJ is tired. They're going to come up. They need to bring Minnesota Kevin Love back. You'll see it. The more LeBron lacks and the further they get into the playoffs, the more those guys are going to turn up. You better believe while they're playing the Raptors, Kevin Love is going to have like 30 points in one of these games. And you're going to be like, what? Wait, what? Where'd that come from? I'm telling you right now, you're going to see it. What if LeBron sweeps the Warriors? Would that make him the GOAT? LeBron doesn't need to sweep the Warriors to make him the GOAT. Whatever he's just this season alone has made him the GOAT. He's been to more playoffs. He's had some other astounding statistics. He is the GOAT. There's just no doubt about it. But see, the thing that is keeping him away from that title is how many he's won, Of course, you know, Jordan has 6. His defense, that's another thing. Jordan wasn't a half bad defensive player. Well, there will be, before LeBron is, you know, done, only way he sweeps the Warriors is if Curry and Durant get injured. That's true. Now, do we want to get into that, Biggs? Do we want to, you know, we want to talk about the injuries, the real and the fake? Because we can. You know what I'm saying? Steph Curry got that knee, right? He got that knee. You know what I'm saying? He got that little meniscus on his patella. He had a little scratch about, maybe that he got a scratch about. You got a little scratch that you got to look through a microscope to see. Coach, my knee, oh my God. He got a boo-boo. You know, they're going to use that. They're going to use that. I'm just telling you. You have a boo-boo, Steph. They're going to use this boo-boo. There he is. That injury is a built-in. Yeah, it's called rest. It's a resting injury. The only person I've seen that doesn't have a resting injury, and you all know who I'm going to say, the one person this season that did not have a resting injury, that dude had an injury. He had a, oh my goodness, injury. Y'all, I'm going to just let y'all type in his name because y'all know who I'm going to say. Right now, it looks like the only way GS loses if they have injuries. Yep, and that's exactly what's going to happen. They either have hip injuries. Oh, yeah. Pelicans going to get swept, Jamie. Listen, they either have injuries or technical fouls. Steph Curry, too good. Yeah, technical fouls each time. And if they do that, you know, Aisha going to come out of pocket. She said, I just can't be quiet. You know, it's fixed for ratings or money. One or the other is like, yo, you better shut up, Aisha, and make them corny, you know, little dinners you make and sell that little corny book you write. You know what I'm saying? Or you going to be in the soup line. You better hush. You got how many kids? You better hush it. You're not famous because of you, Aisha. I mean, you fine and all that, but there are plenty of fine women on the planet, Aisha. And your name is Aisha, all right? Try to get a job with... All right? Okay? Shoot. That's a hard name to get a job with, Aisha. Steph Curry is the best player in the game. Well, that's argumentative. He only good if the team breaks their necks throwing picks for him to get open looks. He's not good as people think. As Westbrook, you know, Westbrook was clowning on him too. It was like, yeah, Steph, what do you think about Steph Curry? He was like, who is he? Let's just face it. I think Westbrook is a better player than Steph Curry. Steph Curry is good for one thing. I'm sorry. To me, he's just a really, 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 and the thing about, yeah, he's smarter, but Russ is a better all-around player to me, and he's a more aggressive player. He's a more dynamic player to me. I don't like Russell Westbrook's attitude, but you can't argue with his gameplay. He's in there. He's in the mix. He's throwing bows with the big boys. He's going after the ball. He doesn't play. You need an attitude like he has to play the way he does. He's a jackhammer on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Steph's a winner, Russ is a loser. Well, apparently so. But they have two different playing styles. One is more aggressive than the other. Russ can't win with KD and Harden, PG, and Melo. Well, you're probably right about that, you know. But you gotta understand that Steph Curry has developed his skill to be good at one thing: shooting that ball from a long distance with a very, very quick release and making it. Specialty. You dribble around, you release the ball real quick. Whack! 3 points. And it's so fast that you can't get to it. Look, Steph doesn't even need the step back. You know, that whole step back that they do and that Harden is doing and stuff like that. He'll just come down the court, and as soon as he gets anywhere near the key, he'll just pull up on you and start running down the outside before the ball goes in. It's nothing you can do about it. It's 3 points. It's legal. I'm just that good. You know, it's like, bam. Yeah. Yep. He sure is. But he's dope. You can't argue with the flash that he has when it comes to that. Yeah, Reggie Miller was dope like that too. You know what I'm saying? Reggie Miller and Steph are, yeah, big. Anthony Hardaway and Russell Westbrook are in the same league. You know, they both played alike, if you ask me. But that's his thing. I mean, Steph can go in the middle and all that other stuff, but his specialty is sitting outside Anthony Hardaway. But his specialty is, I said his name right? Don't be trying to clown me, Jones, because you be doing stuff. Yeah, Anfernee Hardaway. Anthony. Don't be trying to clown me, Jones, trying to mess up my phonetics. Don't be trying to, okay, just because I'm not a scholar, a gentleman and a scholar in sports like you, okay. Who you talking about? Trying to make me look stupid. Well, I said they have the same playing style. I don't know about that. He was good. Yeah, well, he's on a losing squad. This is why his best mate, you know, skipped town on him. He's like, the ship's going down. I think I'm leaving. And he dipped on Russ. I'm sorry. I will never give Kevin Durant his full respect. I never, ever, ever will. I never will. I will never look at Kevin Durant and go, you know, you're this huge champion, phenomenal. Yeah, all sports are fixed. This is true. But I will never look at Kevin Durant and go, oh, my God, Kevin, you're just the greatest. I'm just sorry. LeBron James is the greatest because he plays with teammates who are not anywhere near as good as him. Kevin Durant can go and sit down and his team will still be in the playoffs. LeBron James can't do that. Okay. Porzingis, that's not Porzingis. Who's it? Is it Porzingis? The Greek Freak? I think it's Porzingis. Man, I gotta get that dude right because you guys mention him a lot. Get his name right. Yeah, I will never give Kevin his due. It's just, sorry, Kev. Not that he really cares. I can't even say his name. The Greek Freak. Man. I don't even know how to say dude's name. Yeah, I don't even know how to say that name. Bro, look at the soccer game. Real Madrid, the first goal looks fake. Okay. Oh, so you into soccer, huh? Utah can beat the Warriors. Utah can't beat the Warriors. Nobody can beat the Warriors unless they fix the game. Look, Jones, let's just be real. Anybody who plays the Warriors, they're not going to beat the Warriors. The refs will beat the Warriors. The system will beat the Warriors. They're going to have a hard time slowing these guys down. But they're going to do it. Even though I know it's, oh yeah. Yeah. You're in the soccer, man. You know what? I don't watch soccer. I never really got into soccer, even back in the day when Pele was doing his thing. But I've always respected soccer players because that is some mad hustle right there. So in other words, the refs are the ones that beat you. If a team is lopsided, if a team, look, if Jazz go up against Golden State doesn't need any help from the refs. When Cleveland went up against Golden State, Cleveland needed some help. And Golden State still, beat them in 5. They go up against them this season, Golden State will beat them in 5. It just is what it is. They're going to beat them. They're going to beat them bad. And you have a tired LeBron, but we know that that's not going to happen. So what has to happen in order for LeBron to get this ring with this juggernaut of a team in the West? There's going to be some serious cheating going on. They could do that, and everybody would be like, oh, my God, they're cheating. Or they could be like, they can do another Steph Curry gets hurt. Kevin Durant twists his ankle. Clay, I don't know, whatever Clay's issue is. I enjoy your points and aren't a sheep. Kudos to that. Yeah, kudos to you, man. Nazik. Is that how you say it? Nazik, you're not in America, are you? You seem like you speak English very well, but you might be in another part of, you might be in Europe or something like that. Yeah, but I don't. Oh, okay. All right. No, Biggs. No. Okay. For one, they wouldn't hurt Green. They would foul him out. Green would take a foul. Green would take a technical foul and be kicked out of the game. Zaza would take a technical foul and be kicked out of the game. Steph Curry he could take a technical foul too if they wanted to fix the game quickly. Other than that, they might rest him and get him, they might give him a rest or something like that. Hold on, let me fix something here. All right. So those things, they have ways of dealing with people. My points are from what I've saw. So, you're not looking at you're not looking at a lot of these guys getting injured this late in the game. But some of the injuries that they have, they play on those injuries. So that's what I'm saying. You looking at a lot of technicals being thrown around. Yeah, the T-Wolves got a lot of talent. So do you think that KG should have? Oh no, I don't think that. You're talking about Kevin Durant. Do I think that Kevin Durant should have changed teams? No, I don't think Kevin Durant should have changed teams. I think they just should have added somebody onto his team. Iguodala and Green. Yeah, this is true. Iguodala and Green are their defense, but we've seen what happened with Green. Green is their go-to guy when they want to start destabilizing That's the first person they go to when they want to start destabilizing. They're just like, let's get Green out of there. Start destabilizing right away. And you can just see it start happening. And when that doesn't happen and the Warriors are just still too great for a team, then Steph Curry, boom, destabilize. Let's get him in foul trouble. Boom. Then you'll start hearing the narrative go up again. And they usually don't focus on Clay and Iguodala. They usually focus on Green, Curry, and Kevin Durant. You don't think Rockets going to win? I think Rockets are going to have to win. Cleveland cannot face Steph Curry in the finals. I think they're going to win. Without them, they can't guard LeBron. Well, this is true, but you got to understand they can wear LeBron out. Draymond is a bum. Draymond is Mr. Hack and Smack. KD was scared to go to Washington, where he's from. They keep thinking he's going to go back to Washington. He knew the king had the East on lock. They think he's going to go back to Washington. His, whatchamacallem is up. It's up. His contract is up. Cal's playing good now. I still think that they're going to lose this game, but it doesn't matter. I'll look at the score here in a minute. Who should be the rookie of the year? That'll probably go to Simmons or Davis. Cleveland got shooters. They got shooters that are at late, that are at like latent stage, and then they come out and do. Draymond ain't that group. But listen, Draymond Green is the worm. That's who Draymond Green is. He's the worm. All-around player. Yeah. Draymond Green is the worm. That's who he is. Y'all know who the worm is. You don't know who the worm is, go look at the Bulls in the 90s. And you can learn all about the worm. That dude had one mission, and nobody on the court could stop it. Dennis Rodman. That's it. Dennis Rodman, baby. You still Cleveland? Do I think they're going to win the finals? I still listen. Mazik, the whole thing. Listen, Mazik. If Cleveland, listen, somebody was so full of doubt about what I'm saying. They said, if Cleveland wins, I'll give you $1,000. This is what they said. I didn't tell them to do it. Do you know why they did that? Because it looks so crazy for Cleveland to win at this point. But I'm still Cleveland all the way. I'm even more now. I'm just like, yeah, go for it. Because I'm not going to pay this dude a G. But he's like, if they win, I'll give you a G because it just looks so impossible for them to win. But it doesn't look impossible for me because I see the pattern. So, yeah, I'm Cleveland all day. Now, sometimes my pattern breaks down. I'm not perfect at this. But if things go the way that I'm thinking that they're going to go, absolutely. Absolutely. Because I think Cleveland can beat the Rockets. That's it, and that's all. I think they can beat the Rockets. I think once they shut down, Harden and who's the CP3, I think. Yeah, I think that they'll beat them. Yeah, that's nothing. Shoot, they might just get them boys out of there. But that's all I'm saying. As long as I believe Cleveland can beat Houston, absolutely, Cleveland can take the whole thing. And that's just that. Golden State is a problem. But I'm telling you, and the thing about this is, it solidifies what I'm saying about the game being fixed. Listen, Cleveland shouldn't win. That's just that. Hell, Cleveland should lose against the Raptors. Hey, the Raptors are probably a better team, but every time they face Cleveland in the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just keeping it 100 as possible. For the people who don't believe that it's fixed, I'm like, look how Cleveland looks against the West. Just never mind the Sixers. Never mind the Celtics. Let's not even think about those teams, because we've seen what Cleveland does to the Celtics, and that's who they have to play next. Okay? Just go and look and see what they did to the Celtics last year. It's just like, this is who we got to face after we face the #1 seed in the East, who we're already winning against. The #1 team that we were worried about in the East, we're going to spank them. So why would we worry about anybody else in the East? Well, who's in the East that we have to worry about? There's nobody. Okay? And the Sixers beat us during the regular, big deal. They're going to lose against the Celtics. So there goes Simmons and Embiid. That's not an issue anymore. And how do we handle the Celtics? The same we did last year. We were throwing alley-oops behind our head and just it became uninteresting. And you don't even have your over. Who's my final? Oh, it's going to be the Rockets. Internet might be a little slow. I have a slow connection. Try to fix it all the time, but yeah. Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah. I'm just saying it's gonna look even more fixed now than it's gonna be so obvious that it's fixed. It's gonna be so obvious. It's gonna be, I'm gonna be like, and if they win, bro, I'm gonna just throw my hands up to you. I'll just be like this, bro, come on, man. Cleveland ain't got no one to worry about, but in the East, no one. There's no one to worry. I mean, in the East, is the enemy of the enemy, my friend. Celtics, why don't you go ahead and take care of them young boys and yeah. Later, dude. Celtics, why don't you go ahead and beat them young? Take them on out of here. We don't really want to deal with them anymore. Can you get? Yeah, they do. Any one of them can give Cleveland headaches. Any one of them. Any one of them would go up against Cleveland. It's a problem. Cleveland's got issues. You know what I'm saying? I think most of the losses that they attained were from the West. Jazz would give them a problem. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. But we're going to see, man, when it's all said and done, bro, I'm just going to be laughing about the whole thing. I'm going to be cracking up. Cleveland wins the championship. I'm out laughing like, oh, my God, you guys are so predictable. You know what I'm saying? The fake Jews be about that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I see you with the fake Jews. Yeah. The fake Jews, better known as the Jewish. Yeah, they be about that money, man. They gonna get theirs. And then they gonna get theirs. Yeah, they about that money, man. They been rigging the system, getting that guapo. We know that's what they about. Hey, the players know that's what it's all about, but the players ain't complaining because they living nice. They need LeBron. They need him to win. You should be over here, man, making videos. They need him to win. Ain't nobody stupid. You know what I'm saying? But there's some people who seriously believe that it's real. I'm like, bro, this is not real. This is not real whatsoever. But they want to, but you know what? Some people need something to hang on to. I'm not really mad about that. But I'm just like, don't hang on too tight because you're being lied to. You feel me? Don't hang on too tight. Hyper perch, try it. It might be because the arch feet aren't activating your glutes and such. Nah, or we talking about lifting weights. I said I'm not going to lift heavy at the gym that much anymore. YouTube, I used to use it for football. Said I wasn't going to be lifting heavy too much at the gym. I'm still going to bench heavy, though. You're smart like me. Ain't nothing wrong with it, bro. I look at it as wise. I look at it as wisdom. You know, the desire to want to learn what's going on in this world. And then the reasoning behind it. Like, okay, things ain't what they say they are. You know, once you look at it and realize things ain't what they say they are, you just like, oh, you know, I'm being lied to, you know? And when you wake up to it, then you know yourself. And that's what's important. You know who you are. You know who you are and what your place is in this world. And then you live on that. But and they getting their RVs, plane tickets. They got some serious disposable income. Like, bro, college football. Bro, these parking lots be full of these big RVs. Like, they be out there. I'm like, woo, y'all are crazy. Yeah, for real. Like, y'all are crazy. Y'all got the big RVs. Big family, oh my God, these RVs be so doggone big buses, fold out with the fold out thing and push the button and the thing, buzz, 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 big transformer and then stabilize. You know, I'm just like, how much you pay for that moving house? And you're bringing it to a football game. Like, you ain't doing that but trying to show off. Like, nah, man, I'm not doing that. If I had that type of disposable income, I think I'd be at a football game with my RV. You know what I'm saying? I travel. All decked out with the grill, with the automatic gas grill, the pull-out. With the pull-out, push the button, the grill pops out on the thing, never even touches the ground. Already heated up with the, you know, got the steak right sitting, you know, the little fridge just sitting right there. Yeah, got the little fridge full of steaks and, you know, Wiener schnitzels and all that right there. All they got to do is just walk outside and the food is halfway cooked. The party's already started. The little awning pops down. Remember they used to have the pool awning out. Now, nah, they flip a switch. As soon as that thing opens up and extends, they hit that switch, the awning just comes right out. It's like, dude, this thing is 200 G's. Like, nah, man, I'm so good. I don't got that kind of money anyway, but if I did, man, I just don't need all that. Yeah, but you know what? We'll be laughing all the way to heaven. They can. I never wanted to be rich. They can have this world. I don't need a $200,000, moving house. Just don't. It's just, they can have it. They can have their temporary gain. I'm just not interested. I'm interested in what heaven has. Because according to the scriptures, heaven has mansions. And I'm entitled to one of them. I'm okay with that, I am so okay with that. So I'll take my mansion when I get there. That's cool with me. But the way they live is not right. The lie that they live, yeah, we got next. The lie that they live, the stuff that they did to get it, the cruelty that they put on people, the way they shysted, which is a Jewish word. They shysted. Shysters. The way they shysted people out of their money, even this 9/11 thing that they did, they killed all those people. They're going to pay for that. They're going to pay for that dearly. They're going to pay for that. And you know what's really something? Some of them know that they're going to pay for it. But they're in a gridlock. And they don't want to give up that money. They're in a gridlock. This is why, when people's like, oh, you're poor, I'm just like, yeah, but I'm doing okay. I'm not hungry. You know what I mean? I'm not outside, sleeping on the streets. I have a vehicle. I got a couple bucks in the bank. If I want to go do something, I just jump in my car and go do it. I'm not in dire straits here. So I don't exactly admire someone who has this big colossal house. I know a guy who has a big house. Matter of fact, the last house he has a bigger one now. Really cool dude too. Works at a bank. He's like a bank manager. But I went to his house. Just a, really cool white dude. Yeah, because we used to play music. And I went to his house one day, and I was looking at his crib like, what do you do with all this house? But he has some kids. And, his wife, he had this big colossal house, and, his wife was cheating on him with the neighbor. It's just like, dang, it broke his heart, man. And then after he found out he left his wife, he finds his other woman, his age, marries her, and they move, her and her kids and him and his kids, and they all have even bigger house now. Now, I can almost understand that. I get that. You know what I'm saying? You put your efforts together. Y'all got a bunch of kids. Y'all need a 5-6 bedroom. I get that. I understand. But some of these people got money on top of money on top of money, and they just use it in the most ridiculous ways. And I just don't understand the waste of that. Nah, this ain't my resting place. I already know that. This ain't my resting place. I wouldn't want to rest here. A place where people don't like me because of nothing I did. If I did something to you, then yeah, you don't like me. But if I ain't did nothing to you, then you ain't got to not like me. You could just not care. Yeah? There's a guy over there. Who cares? I'm okay with that. There's a guy over there. I don't like him. What'd I do? What happened? What did I miss? You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. I'm not with that at all. So, but yeah, these people, man, they crooked. But Christ sees everything. Nobody's getting away with anything. Yeah, it's part of the curse. Yeah, you're talking about the book of Deuteronomy. Nobody's getting away with anything, man. All this stuff going around, nobody's getting away with anything. It's crazy stuff, man. People are doing crazy stuff, and we're supposed to just accept it. I don't accept none of that. Every time I see you know, the police, you know, gun somebody down, I'm like, yeah, that's going to be a long conversation with you and God on why you just took one of his children off of this planet, you know, for walking across the street. Have fun with that. I don't want to be in your shoes. I don't admire that. I don't. I do not admire, you know, the death sentence that people are putting on each other and then giving these guys medals for taking somebody off this planet. Because everyone is a child of God to me. You know, well, not everyone, but nonetheless. Yeah, blacks, Latinos are the greatest people. Yeah, they know it. But, you know, you have to answer for what you have to answer for that. And you guys are just supporting this and saying, oh, this is great that this guy took this person off the street who went into a store and, you know, took some Swisher Sweets. This 18-year-old that took these Swisher Sweets and you shot him 11 times in the face through his eye. You shot him through his eye. Oh, you did. You know, that guy was a menace to society. He took them Swishers, man. That guy deserved the death. That 18-year-old kid deserved the death penalty. He took those Swishers, man. We all saw it. That dude deserved the death penalty. Like, they really believe their own hype. It's like, you're going to pay for that. That blood that you spilled is on your hands. Like, that's on your hands, regardless of what anybody says. You have that on your hands. You pulled the trigger. You killed this person. You're going to have to answer for that. And that's just something I listen, not unless it's for serious self-defense. I don't want to have anything to do with that. Oh, yeah. 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 Well, that's a black market, you know, for that. You know, there's a black market for organs. What up, Darsky? Oh, my goodness. My baby. I was just thinking about you earlier today. Rashida, yo, hey, bro, if you're looking for a smart black woman's channel, go to this young lady's channel, bro. But when you do, make sure your volume isn't up too high, because her intro is coming at you real fast, real hard right now. She is no joke. And she is gorgeous. She is gorgeous. Oh, my sweet goodness. That's a beautiful woman right there. Don't call me black. Call me dark skin. See what I mean? See, I'll just let you know. See? She on it, man. She's smart. She real smart, too. Talented young lady. Shoot. Need to give her my taxes. Do my taxes, Rashida. Rashida, brilliant. How you doing, love? How are you this evening? What's good? What's good? What's good? How's your channel doing? You making that money? I know you used to bite my head off every time I told you to monetize your channel. That's not what I'm doing right now. I'm doing plays. I'm trying to get this. Yeah, you making some money now, ain't you? Yeah. I don't be getting no notices when you go live. And I don't know why. I need to go to your channel and hit the notification button so I can get on some of your lives. And like I go to your lives, but they're already done. I want to, you know, interact in a lot of stuff that you're saying. So I want to be a part of that. And yeah. Anyway, so Rashida's stroke. You know, how I heard about Rashida. I heard about her through Charlemagne. Rashida got Donkey of the Day because I watched her, you know, through the Breakfast Club. Charlemagne the God. And when she got Donkey of the Day, I was just like, what would she say? Who's this chocolate, you know, chip going on? And that's how I heard about her channel. We've been chatting it up ever since. Rashida's good stuff. Good stuff, man. Well, it's just a name. It's just a name, Rashida. You know I can't battle with you, honey. So whatever you say is fine. I do not have your energy. I cannot compete with you on any level. And I won't. I won't. I'll be like, fine. That's fine. What is it? Oh, okay. Whatever you say. You got a lot of energy. I wish I had your energy. I really do. My bad knees and this bad back, I concede real quick. Yeah, fine. All right, cool. You know better than me. You know better. I know you. Go vegan. I don't eat meat anymore. I don't know how to go vegan, but I don't eat meat anymore. I eat fish though, raw vegetables. You can, if you can't raw. I eat a lot of vegetables, but I cook them. I like to cook my vegetables. Yep. I like to cook my vegetables. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to go on your channel when you're doing like a vegan thing. And like, whether you're cooking a meal or talking about one, because I could really learn off of that. Like I mean, I love looking at you, but I love learning off of you too. Because I don't really know how to be a vegan. I stopped eating meat because it was making me sick. You know, I've been eating it all my life, but it was making me sick. Now I miss chicken. There's no doubt about that. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to drop weight because I was 270. I'm like 265 now, 266. Yeah, you got to have balance all day. But I tell you what, as soon as I stopped eating chicken, my energy level just dropped. This is not the great time for that because I'm in finals. And, you know, when you can't think straight, you can't do math, you can't write these papers. I got 2 papers due now. You just, you know, so I got it. So when you're just eating vegetables, you got to eat a whole bunch of, like I said, I'm a big dude. I'm 6'2", you know what I'm saying, and lifting weights. You know, so what I had to do is I had to stop lifting weights so much. And of course I dropped size from that, you know, and I was bench pressing 335. That dropped like immediately after I stopped eating chicken. I can't push 335 now. I can get 315 maybe once. I can't do it anymore because I was all powered up off of that chicken and rice and I would be in the gym all the time. I can't do that anymore. That's out the window. So, but nonetheless, it's worth it. Vegan movement is NWO agenda. Uh-oh, here you go. They put in fungus in veggies. Oh man. This is about to be a long stream of conversation between you two. Because I don't know anything about being vegan. I'm just starting to learn about it. But one thing I did find interesting is because there was this guy who was dying of cancer and he changed what he was eating. And when he changed his food, he started feeling a whole lot better. And at the age of 51, you know, I got a couple health issues that I know if I start eating more vegetables, I'll feel better, you know. And it's helping. I still have my issues, but it's definitely helping. Like I said, it's definitely helping. So I'm vegetables all the way. You know, I'm still strong. I'm just not as strong as I used to be like 2 months ago. You know, I just can't push that weight like I could because I was powered up off of that, you know, off of that chicken. And I know a young lady who, she's, you know, she was shorter, but she was real thick in the hind end. And she was like notoriously thick. Like all the guys was like, man, she used to have a, you know, big rump. And one day she told me, she was like, yeah, I used to have, you know, like my body, I'm thick now. She's like, I used to be thicker back then. Now she wasn't fat. She was like slim waist, cute in the face with a huge, you know, thing going on. She said it used to be bigger. I said, how'd you stop? She said, I started eating red meat. I stopped eating red meat. So her, body just came down, but she was still thick. I was like, good grief, how big was this thing? You know what I mean? So 77-68, Cleveland up third quarter. Yeah, like I said, they might just wipe them out. I thought they were going to lose to rest LeBron, but I told you guys, these games in the middle really don't matter. There is this brother who had a destroyed gut, and he got better. He got better on meat. Well, he didn't get better on bad meat. You know what I'm saying? Depends on what he eats. Now, I eat fish, so I love fish dinners. I love to do different stuff with the fish. And sometimes I even go to Kroger and they do stuff with the salmon and prepare it. Now I gotta kind of watch what kind of salmon I'm getting, because the frozen kind, that okay, for one, the coloring in the salmon is fake. That's not what salmon really looks like. They use a dye to make it look like that. It's a preservative. So when you get the salmon, that's not the catch of the day is the fresh salmon. When you buy, I used to just go and grab salmon out the freezer and buy the whole thing for like $7. I ate 2 of them, man, and I got sick. I was like, something's not right here. And I think what's going on is me eating more raw vegetables and heading more towards, eating vegetables. That lane is causing all the bad stuff that I used to eat, me not being able to eat that stuff. It's like you can't eat good and then turn around and eat bad and not get sick. And that's what's happening. It's just so I think my weight dropping and my strength dropping, what I think is going to happen is the more I go this way, it's going to be do one of these numbers, and then my health is just going to shoot up to the point where all the bad stuff that I used to eat is I really would not be able to digest any of that and have a good day. It would be all bad. That's one reason why I stopped eating meat. So I stopped eating eggs too. One day I had some eggs and I actually threw up. And I was like, what made me throw up? It was the freaking eggs. I was like, bro, just eat chicken. I was eating chicken heavy, man. I was on that chicken, man, because I was lifting hard. But lifting hard for me is not a good thing right now. It probably not ever, except the bench press. I'm still going to head into the high 2s and get into the 3s on the bench press. It's just because I like pushing that much weight, and pushing low weight kind of bores me. You know what I mean? Pushing 225 is okay. If you're doing 10 sets of 10, which I can't do. I can do probably 5 sets of 10, but that's boring to me. My regiment when it comes to bench pressing is warm up 135, throw 2 plates on there, go 225, do that 10 times, 245, do that 8 times, 265, do that around 5 or 6 times, 285, do it either 3 or 4 times, and then I go 305 and I'll knock that out maybe twice. 315, I'll get that once and I'm out. You know what I'm saying? But if I really wanted to lift heavier, I would just go 135, then jump to 225 and do that 5 times, hit 245, and then jump all the way to 315 and do sets with 315. Probably do it, 2 sets of 3 and then, be done. But that's just too much stress. I don't want to do that because I had a slap tear, and I don't want to do that. So now I'm heading more towards the dumbbells, but I can't go up too far on the dumbbells because of transferring the weight from one place to another hurts my back. So the 70s is about as far as I go, and I do flat, incline, and military work. So it still keeps me strong, though. I mean, for a person my age, I'm not going to be in the National Football League anytime soon. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to out-wrestle any of these football players. It's just not going to happen. But for 51, it'll keep me a strong 51. It'll sustain my strength, and that's what I'm really after. I'm not trying to be the strongest guy in the gym. I'm just trying to be a healthy person. Yeah. Rashida, you still run miles? Is she still here? Yeah, she's still here. Yeah, I'm 51, lady love. Yep, all day. Not bad, huh? Yeah, let's see what Siri says. I think Siri says I'm 51. How old am I? Yeah, she's thinking about it. Yeah, Rashida's a runner. I used to be a distance runner. I think she does like road miles too. 4 or 5 miles road miles, something like that. What's your workout? How often do you do it?
I'm having a problem with the connection.
Yeah, you are. How old am I? Yeah, I'm having a problem. As long as you too much sex weakness.
You're 51, yeah. But you don't look a day over 29.
I almost believe that. Too much sex weakens you. I don't have sex at all, so I don't have a girlfriend or nothing like that. So that is completely not my issue. As long as you ain't, yeah, I don't have sex, so that's not my thing. Now back in my 30s, all the way up to my 40s, that was an issue. But you know what? I was still working out like a bandit. Oh my goodness. I had a few ladies I was dating at the same time. And I was running all the time. Like it was just crazy. And sometimes I had to watch what I ate because it would give me too much energy. And I would be like, okay, I either need to go and jump on one of these ladies or I'm going to go run some miles. And usually I would hit the miles. There's this book I read on the Chinese retain longevity. Okay. Yeah, but you know, everything is good in moderation. So if you're screwing all the time, then yeah, it's just not what you're supposed to be doing. And the one thing was keeping a it's there for a reason. It's there for a reason. You know what I'm saying? But if you have a healthy relationship with a partner, you know, that's all good. You know what I'm saying? That's all good. You and your lady love. And it's for Rashida, her dude. I think Rashida, are you engaged? I know you got a boyfriend or something. You know, she got something going on over there. She ain't spending no days alone. Shoot, she too fine for that. Way too fine. Make me catch a bus down there. Look, I gotta catch a bus. I can't catch a plane. Don't make me catch a bus down there, girl. Dude. Make me catch a bus to come see you, girl. She'll find herself at soccer. The German national team prohibits sex 3 months prior. Yeah, because they know it'll drain you. It'll make you tired. You put a lot into that, especially if it's somebody you really care about. There's a lot of thought that goes into making love to your partner. You care about them. You're trying to make sure they're happy. Like, it's not just some random, you know what I'm saying? You're really, you really trying to, make them happy. You're trying to be happy. You're trying to have this unity between you two that's, sacred. It's the randoms, you just don't care. You're just like, let me do this and be out. And that's nothing. That doesn't take long. But the person you're in love with, that's artistry, man. That's a beautiful thing, What's up? Somebody just joined. How you doing today? We just talking. We was talking about the NBA, but now we just talking about, being a vegan, your healthy sex life, longevity. Yeah, what's up? Talking about longevity, talking about sports, how to be a healthy person. We got Rashida on. We got Nazik on. Check out their channels. Rashida teach you something. So you go to her channel, you're gonna learn something the first 2 seconds that you turn the channel on. What's up, everybody? This is Rashida Strawberry. This is your favorite dark-skinned activist. Yada yada yada. Today, I'm coming at you with the boom. Not even 30 seconds into it, you just learned a whole. You just learned a whole bunch of stuff. All valuable too. All valuable. You know what I'm saying? You can pack it up and keep it with you. So that's why I like her channel. A lot of these people ain't talking about nothing. You're just bored. You're just like, what are you talking about? Okay. All right, Rashida. Truthfully, I didn't listen to the whole thing. I listened to like maybe a minute of it. I listened to all the way up to when he was talking, and I'm serious. I didn't listen to a lot of it. I guess I should have. But it's an hour and something. But nonetheless, he said that, well, he was asking him about his mental issues. You know, how are you mentally? You know, mental health among Black people is, I'm going to go off on a slight tangent here, just not too much. Mental health among Black people is almost taboo. It's like, you know, we have our pride, men and women, you know, and pride will kill you. You know what I'm saying? Pride is not really the greatest thing for you. And we don't want to admit when we need help, you know, and sometimes it's not so much you need help financially. It's not so much that you need help with your woman or with your sex life or anything like that, which isn't Kanye's case. Kanye doesn't need help with that. Kanye needs help. Yeah. Kanye needs help himself out of the garbage that he's in. Now, when you look, when you look at what Kanye did for and against himself, it's no surprise he's where he's at. Like, I'm not surprised. And I don't feel sorry for him. I don't feel sorry for Kanye because Kanye had everything. He had everything. He came out of the slums. He literally was making music in the basement. The reason why Kanye was so great is not because he's the best lyricist, it's because of the way he learned music. And he took that and he pushed it to another level. See, when Kanye first came out with Through the Fire, even before Through the Fire, and he was already talking about his first and second album when he was running around with Black Star. When he was running around with them, they were just like, what are you talking about? You're like brand new. He was like, this is what I'm going to do on my first album, my second album, my third. So his mind was already forward thinking, and they were impressed by that. And they would have him up on stage as, you know, just somebody to come out and start the show. And then they would go out and, you know, do their thing. And, you know, he would go sit down somewhere. But Kanye was always in the mix. He literally learned in the basement how to mix. So when he came out and produced, you know, this was like, wow, this is an old-fashioned way of producing music. But he took it and he mastered it. And he was so good at slicing and splicing and just like, wow, this dude is brilliant. So he was creating music and then making fresh music. It was just like, and then when he wanted to get a record deal, they were just like, we don't hear your lyrics, but the way you produce is so sick. That's how he started getting his money. He used to sell kitchen knives, all right? That's how when he used to sell kitchen knives to go in the basement and learn off of, you know, some people who were underground musicians and learn how to make music. That's what he did. So all of the old ways of slicing music, computerized and non-computerized, Kanye knows all of it. He knows what most producers just don't know. He knows how to use it. He knows how to manipulate it. And that's what started his greatness. Because when people heard it, they were just like, wow, this dude is amazing in production. Then he came out and started rapping. People was like, but he made some good music. Now, the Black people fed Kanye. He was making money off of Black people hand and foot. Nonetheless, the Jews own the music industry. We all get that. You need to kind of get in with them, but nonetheless, he was making Black music. And then he was controversial. When he got big enough, you know, he got on that thing with Mike Myers, and he said during a hurricane, he was like, George Bush doesn't like black people. During like I don't even know if that was a fundraiser or whatever it was, but nonetheless, the fact that he spoke up like that, yeah, he was talking all black, diamonds all forever. Like we was like forever, ever. Like we just loved him because he was speaking to us, and he started speaking for us. That was a different level. You have a lot of conscious rappers. Black Star are conscious rappers. That's where he, you know, some of the people that gave him his first chance of getting up there on stage. You know what I'm saying? But you have conscious rappers who speak for us, but we hear them. It's just like, eh. But when Kanye boosted himself above those conscious rappers into the main industry rappers, it was beating them at their own game. He had the #1 selling album on Billboards, #1 selling song, Jesus Walks. I mean, he almost won an award for Jesus Walks, but he was beaten out by some guy who made Mothers and Daughters. It was just like, come on, man. That song is nowhere near as good as what Kanye did. But nonetheless, it is what it is. But he was so main industry that everybody, white people, black people, they all wanted a part of him. And when that started to feed him, he started to lose his direction, even in his music. He wanted to be greater than what he was. And when he started searching for that greatness and trying to, you know, expand himself above what he was called to do, you know, now you're starting to get into the real money. You know, he was talking about how he was enough money, and he started talking about all the struggles he was having while he was trying to immerse himself in this greatness and propel himself past the music. When you're propelling yourself past the music into greatness that you're convinced that you have and everybody should have, and know that you're some type of genius, you're going to start getting people who are going to butt heads with you. He got into Adidas and made a great shoe line, but his clothing line was just ridiculous. And then this is when you notice that his clothing line had nothing to do with black people. We were like, what is this? Where's the urban wear? Like, we're the ones who got you to that level before the white people even knew you. We're the ones who was buying Through the Fire. That first album you had when you came out and after that car wreck, and this is the reason why you talk funny, because your jaw was all messed up. Yeah. We're the ones who supported you. We're supported you. Yeah, and that was us. We did that, Kanye. Where's the Lauryn Hill that you had in your music when you brought Stacey Dash on that video and you had Common Sense in that video? That was all us, Kanye. That was us. But you lost your way. That next video, that next album you had a bunch of dancing white girls. You know, we was like, what's going on? When you was rocking with Jay-Z, we was kind of with you because we was like, okay, you know, you wanted to throw up the rock. We was like, you know, because we know what Jay-Z's into. And as it kept going, you just kept going south. You wanted to be like Jay-Z. And then Jay-Z was like, I miss the old Kanye. We all do. We miss the old creative Kanye. We miss the old hungry Kanye, the black Kanye. You went and changed your hair and you stood beside one of the worst people to black people in history. You know, I don't care what anybody says. The current president is the reason why people are losing their lives. A lot of black people, I mean, a cop shot this dude through the window of his moving car, the cop's moving car. The cops pulling up to the scene. This guy is already on the ground shot. He's rolling up. He pulls out his gun and he's shooting a guy already shot through his. He was like any criminal that is getting ready to get into a car. You don't have to be nice to them and lower their head and get into a car. It's like, wait a minute, whatever happened to you're proven guilty? You know what I'm saying? You could be doing that to an innocent man, but yet you want to smash his head up against the car. So now police brutality is just even worse. Just because the president said that, because the cops know that they can act without impunity. They know that they can beat your ass and nobody's going to do nothing. They know that they can shoot you down. Look what happened out in Louisiana. The cop said he was going to shoot this man and two cops shot this man, Alton Sterling, blank range to his chest on camera, to his freaking chest, and said they did that because Alton Sterling had a gun. And the 911 report said when they rolled up, they knew Alton Sterling had a gun. And the cops in their cars said his hands was wide open. And they said they shot him because he had a gun, and they knew that he had a gun. It's not illegal. It's an amendment. You can have a weapon. They didn't even see the weapon. He never even reached for the weapon. He didn't even say anything. And they blew him away at point blank range. Thank you, Kanye. Thank you very much. Thank you. Nah, bro. I'm not going to go stand by this racist. What he's doing. The dude is a 100% racist. The president of the United States is a straight up racist. And now these killer cops are just going on a rampage again. It's just crazy. And nobody is safe. Nobody. So I'm sorry. I don't feel you. Yeah, KKK. I don't feel you 100%, Kanye. I don't feel you not 2%, not 1%. Then you went and married that witch. You married the worst woman in a current history. Kim Kardashian started a whole craze to make women act unbecoming and godless. Then she took one of the greatest American heroes, Bruce Jenner, and turned him into a woman. And then they gave that woman Woman of the Year. Bruce Jenner was Woman of the freaking Year. And you think I would want to have anything to do with these corrupted people? Tell me, what is Kim Kardashian good for? What does she do that she is the most popular person on the planet? On the planet, Kim Kardashian is. What did she do to make her so great? She slept with a bunch of famous men, and that's how she was known. And her father... Her father was one of the lawyers on the OJ trial. Okay? It was Johnny Cochran and her father. All day. All day. So she would sleep from men to men to men. Look, there's no God. God has nothing to do with the Kardashians. They have babies, and just the marriage is nothing to them. And you can't tell me just because she's married, that's some kind of sanctuary for her, because it's not, yay. Look at what she did to Chris Humphries. Okay? She was married to Chris Humphries for like 5 seconds. All right? And then after that, she was running around with Reggie Bush. And then dumped Reggie Bush and just moved on like it was nothing. It's like, I don't know if you people ever read the word, but that's not how marriage is supposed to go. You married a destructive woman in a destructive family. So I'm sorry, you asked me about Kanye. I'm sorry I went in, but she is destructive. Now all these women are out here twerking, showing, they're walking down the street in bikinis with their string up their derriere, and it's a normal thing. And God is nowhere in that. God says a woman should dress modestly. Look, all these women got all this body. It doesn't take much for us to figure out you got a nice ass. We have to tell, because you were blessed with that. But the whole world doesn't need to see it. Instagram is like, I think Kardashians are the #1 on Instagram. And I still don't know what they do. I don't know what they do. I don't know that one thing the Kardashians do. I just don't. But they own Instagram pretty much. You can, I mean, when this chick takes off her clothes and puts it on Instagram, it breaks the internet. I mean, they just paid her like $80 million for a video game, for video game rights. Bro, her money is long. It's ridiculous. But she is just as worldly and corrupt as anybody I know. And she helped corrupt a bunch of people around the world, and everybody wants to be like her because they want that internet fame. But I'm telling you, it's dangerous. But you did that, Kanye. You married into that. You knew what she was. I don't feel sorry that you're going crazy. As a matter of fact, you might wake up and have some damn sense. And then go and turn around and say, slavery is a choice? I tried to analyze this without getting upset. Slavery, okay, so let's just pick that apart. Because I didn't listen to what he said, but I heard what he said. Slavery is a choice. Somebody chooses to be a slave. Okay, when you play for any sports and you know that the sports are rigged, you know you're a slave to the rhythm. Kanye West is under heavy mind control, what MK Ultra type thing, wouldn't pay mind to anything he says. Yeah, but nonetheless, it's interesting that he said that. I'm like, okay, so we can argue that if a person goes to a job and does a particular job, they're themselves to do this job for that cash. Okay, you might want to put it in that way or however, but that's not the slavery he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? The slavery he's talking about is the 20 million people that came from the Ivory Coast. Those people had a choice. And that's what pissed everyone off. It's like, maybe you don't understand what happened. Maybe you need to read about the Armstead. Maybe you need to read about the Santa, the Pinta, the Nina, and the good ship Jesus before you ever made up your mind to say something like that, because the slaves that came over here on those ships, there were millions of them dumped in the sea, and so much that the sharks would follow the ships. There are people... the lives that were taken and were sold off the Ivory Coast and spilled into Brazil, into America, into France, into England. Listen, a lot of that is still going on. It's just in a different way. A lot of it is in the sex trade now. You know what I'm saying? And then when you look at the destabilization of these countries off of the continent of Africa, and they're still destabilized now, you got to realize that that was on purpose. America is not the richest country, not the richest continent. Africa is. It has more natural resources than anywhere. Okay? But nonetheless, they keep it destabilized so they can rape children and they can go over there and do what they want, and the police are too weak to do anything about it. Like, don't be fooled. Go look at what Kenya is going through right now. The Europeans are called Mazingos, and when the Mazungo comes over there, the 6-year-old and 7-year-olds flock to the beach to meet a Mazungo who takes them and rapes them and beats them and then lets them go back home to their mother, father. And they're not doing it just to little girls. And then they get on a freaking boat or a bus or whatever and go away and don't come back. This is a normal thing. Go look at the trade in Nigeria. And the mothers and fathers are powerless to do anything about it. You think happened on the Ivory Coast isn't still happening? Thank you, Kanye. I mean, thank you for making sense of it all. Because those people over there in Kenya are starving. They're starving because their nation is destabilized. They're starving. And they're watching their little girls, 12 and 13, walk out the house knowing that they're going to get raped by a Mazungo who is a European white man. Thanks, Kanye, for reminding us of slavery. Modern day slavery. I mean, 20 million people off the Ivory Coast, millions of them thrown into the water. And the way they were thrown into the water wasn't like, hey, go into the water. It wasn't walk the plank. You know how they were thrown into the water, Kanye? I don't know if you know this, but they would have a sack of rocks, big old sack of rocks, and they would tie a bunch of slaves up they would have shackles on them, and they would line them up on the ship. And then they would take the sack of rocks and throw the sack of rocks over the ship. They would just throw it over, and they would watch all the people go over the ship and go into the bottom of the ocean. And the sharks would eat them on the way down. This is slavery you're talking about? Not to mention over here where they have man-sized bird cages so they would punish you while they would rape your wife and your boy and your little girl. They would do it in front of you. And if you complain about it, they would put you in a bird cage and hang you from a tree and just let you sit there, starve to death. Or they would put you into a barrel, and the barrel had nails in it. So while they're smashing you down into this barrel with nails in it, you're getting all scratched up. You're getting all messed up and bloodied up. Then they would put the lid on the barrel, turn it over, and roll it downhill and listen to you scream. Or they would take the males and just screw them in the ass. It's called buck raking. Or they would take the children and feed them to alligators. Yeah, they did that too. Or they would just hang whole families. Yeah, some of that. Have mercy if you had children. So I don't know what Kanye is talking about. Yeah, he's going to hunt them down. None of those people are getting away with anything. And if you said something to a white woman, it was all over. Listen, Emmett Till, what they did to Emmett Till, Esau was going in chains. Yeah, what they did to Emmett Till is they did worse to people. Maybe you need to look at Rosewood and see what happened at Rosewood when the black people stood up to the white people. I mean, and then you want to talk about the whitewashing of the Bible, how they completely whitewashed the Bible. Yeah. Like, I'm sorry. Anybody who says slavery wasn't real or slavery is a choice, I just don't get that. If you're talking about current day slavery, if you're talking about having a particular job, working for McDonald's and being slave for that dollar, I don't consider it slavery. I consider that going to work. The Bible says if you don't work, you don't eat. That's not slavery to me. You know what I'm saying? It just isn't. I just can't see where people are saying, hey, I want to be a slave. I want to be mistreated. You know, he's fulfilling his mission, being the good devil. Yeah, I'm done with Ye. You know, it's a situation. I'm done, man. I didn't even listen to The Life of Pablo, and it went #1 once. And I thought it was fire, but I just think the dude is corny now. So I'm sorry that was a long-winded. I don't even know if Rashida's still here, but yeah. Listen, I would rather Kanye just go back to producing music and shut the hell up. You know, but here's the thing. The backlash from the people who created him, the black people, you know, you're gonna have backlash from that. And listen, Adidas. Okay. Then you have the Adidas. You know, like I said, she I don't think she's here anymore, but Adidas is, you know, they said that they're not going to get rid of Kanye West. I'm like, well, don't get rid of him then. But you're going to see a, you know, if he keeps talking like this, you're going to attack slavery I'm sorry, I just can't do it. I just can't wear your clothing after saying that. I can't. I just can't. I don't have anything Adidas in my house, but I didn't have a problem wearing it. But Adidas not getting rid of them, I mean, this is going to be like the whole H&M thing. The white women, you know, the black women want it too. They just don't know how to act. Make it so bad. The black woman was fortunate that men are built that way. But, you know, there are some black women who, you know, there are some good sisters out there, but there are some black women who, you know, don't understand the unity between themselves and a black man, and then they ruin it. And it's like, you know, you had it going on, trust me. You know, you had it going on. You know, the black man was built for you. You want to destroy it. You want to take what he's built for and destroy it. But you got some sisters now who are really speaking up against all that. You know, you got some good black women out there who are like, listen, we ain't all like that. You know, we tired of being quiet. Yeah, you got some good black women who ain't trying to hear that no more. We not trying to, and all this Me Too movement, they like, listen, that's Becky. Becky hijacked the Me Too movement. Remember the Me Too movement came out and Corey Feldman was at the center of that? You ask somebody who the Me Too movement is about right now, they're not going to say about Corey Feldman. They're not even going to say it. They act like Corey Feldman had nothing to do with the Me Too movement. It's all about the Caucasian woman. People starting to boycott stuff. Starbucks, Waffle House. Yeah. Papa John. That's what I say, boycott. Part of the curse. Yeah. I'm strong on boycott. There's some places I really don't go to unless it's like, I gotta walk in here right now. I really don't really rock with these people because I know that they don't really like us. I know that they're in our neighborhood not because they live here. They don't live here at all. They're only here to profit off of us and then leave and then talk bad about us. So that there's certain races that are here in my neighborhood that I know you really don't like me. When I go into your store, I'm not greeted with a smile. I'm greeted with the, what do you want? And I just wish you would go away, really. Like, we don't need your corner store. We don't need your hair product store. We don't need your furniture store. We don't need those here. You know what I'm saying? We could have our own corner store. We can, you know. We can't support these people who incriminate. Yeah, we don't need your corner store, Arab. We don't need it. Don't need you. We don't need your corner store. We don't. We don't need your hair product store, Chinese person. We don't need that. We don't need that here. You know what I'm saying? We do not need you to be here. You make money off of us and can't smile when we buy stuff from you. You don't greet us with a hello. You know what I'm saying? You're not happy to see us. You don't even look us in the eye when we pay for your product that's marked up. You don't look at us with a smile at all. There's really no thank you. There's no nothing. It's just dry. So there's just some places I just don't shop at. If I can get it from Family Dollar, I'd rather get it from there. You know what I'm saying? Or Kroger's, I'll get it from Kroger's. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I might have to go the extra mile to buy something from somewhere else. But I've been boycotting. But you know what? I'm just one person. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to feel the crunch because of me, because I don't really buy a lot of hair products. I buy one hair product. That's this stuff right here. This is what I put in my hair. You know what I'm saying? After I cut my hair, I wash it. I throw some of that in there, and it gives it a little, but it keeps my scalp from getting all crazy, you know. But, you know, boycott, man, there's some places I don't really go and eat. I don't go to Denny's to eat because Denny's been racist. I'm not really a Waffle House dude either because all their food is terrible. It's all terrible. I don't really rock with them. So, you know, and plus I don't do the whole club thing where I'm hungry and have to eat after, you know, take the girl I just met out to go eat and then hopefully have a happy ending, which usually doesn't happen. Yeah, I don't live that life no more. So, like I said, I'm one person. Yeah, talking truth, that was the plan and the projects and so on, so-called Hispanics called all corner stores Indio or Geno, but how many badges nowadays? Well, the Hispanics, I don't go into the Hispanic stores, but I don't feel angst from the Hispanics. I don't look at them and go, yeah, we're going to have an issue. I've never had an issue from Hispanics. Never. I've never had one of them run up on me talking about gringo, this, that, and the third, and Espanol. I've never had at a job once, I had one of them try to lie on me and said I did something I didn't. Do the gas. Oh, do the gas. Okay. I didn't know how you said it. But, you know, but that was it. Like, in the history of my life, I've had one run-in, and that was no big deal. You know, he was trying to get money out of my boss, so he was blaming the black man for something he didn't do. Other than that, I've never really had a run-in with Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? I see them all the time around here doing stuff. They never really say anything to me out of the way. Now, I'm bigger than the majority of them, but there's so many of them, it's just like you can only beat so many Españols. And it's over. You know, because my neighbors, Español. Okay? There used to be black people that lived there. Oh, no. Español. Matter of fact, they was talking to me the other day. He greeted me, speaking Español. And everything he said was Espanol. And I was just like, Paquito, all right? Don't be trying to ask me how my mama doing. And, I don't know how to say all that. You know what I'm saying? Just mira and, a couple other words and we good. And conversation's over. Speaking English or I'm leaving. But it's cool because this little girl, she's always talking to me. She speaks English. They all speak English. But every time she sees me, she's like, hey, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's cool, because she has no fear of me. Her father didn't say, hey, don't, I'm in Ohio, don't talk to him. There's nothing there between their families and mine. And the family that used to live there, was Espanol, all right? And there are some cool people. I just saw the dad the other day. Just like, hey. So I don't have any issue with them. They have a whole market system down here. I just don't eat their food. You know what I'm saying? I don't really eat meat, so I don't eat tacos. And it's a meatless taco. But I really don't eat their food. So they have their Hispanic Day parades. And yeah. I just don't have no issue with them at all. Now, if they got some issue with me, I don't know about it. If any of them had an issue with me, I don't know about it. But they all talk to me. So I'm good with that. If one of them had an issue, I guess we'd just settle it with broken English. No. See. Okay. We'd be selling it with broken English, and that would be that. But I don't have no issues with the Hispanic-speaking people. But there are some Hispanic-speaking people that think that they're white. And as far as, well, I like to tell them, well, you're not white, you're a Taino Indian is what you are. That's what you're that's what you really are. And you're not Mexican. Mexican is a country. You're not Hispanic. Hispanic, I mean, you're not Spanish. Hispanic is a language. And you're not from Spain. You're not. Your people aren't even as light skinned. You're all the same tone. You all have the same complexion pretty much. Not unless you dip over to another country. But all of them in America usually have the same, yeah. Yeah, they all have the same complexion. It's just like, why? Because your race was almost wiped out. There were very few of you. Like a lot of you are very closely related. Okay. But there were very few of you because there was like millions of you wiped out by the Hispanics, by the conquistadors, all because of a belief of that you had in a god called your Taínos. Your Taino Indians. But they believed in, there's a God that they believed in. And when they saw the white man, they thought the white man was the God. So when a white man came there, looked and found out that they had all the gold and stuff, they pretty much laid down their arms until, most of them were pretty much almost slaughtered. Then they decided to fight them. The God that they thought was, it's in a comic book. Well, not a comic book. It's in a movie. It's in the, if you ever seen Dungeons and Dragons, the cartoon, the dragon is who they thought their god was. But in Dungeons and Dragons, the dragon is actually a female. And if you look around, but it was a man. And he turned it, but it was a dragon that made the world turn itself into a man and then ran, the Aztecs, Incas, the Mayans, and they all still believed in a god. And then when the Spaniards showed up, they believed that this was their god to come back and rule and all this other stuff, and it just wasn't. Then they start raping them and killing them. They was already beating themselves up and, killing each other and all this other stuff. I forgot what the name was, though. Those were black. Yeah, they were dark-skinned people. They were dark like us. Yeah, the Hispanics were dark-skinned people. Cavs won big. Good. So-called Native Virginians. So-called Native Virginians. Yeah, they were, I can't think of the name of the doggone. Now I'm going to look it up. Of the god. You guys know the name of the god who I'm talking about? It's right on, I can see her too. Her name was from the Dungeons and Dragons. It's just gonna bother me. I got it. I gotta look it up now. Sorry. Dungeons and Dragons. Dragon. And there she is. See if I can get this name right. But it's really crazy that they would have us in a cartoon and it's the reason why millions and millions of people lost their lives. Millions. Oh, doggone it. See if I can bring up the cartoon. Dungeons. Sorry, I'm just obsessing right now. But yeah, Cavs won big, huh? That's what's up. That's what's up. Like I said, they might sweep them, but I thought they were just going to just blow them away. I thought it was just going to be all over. All right, I can't find it right away. Anyways, yeah, never mind. Yeah, no, I can't find it. Quetzalcoatl, nah, Quetzalcoatl was the name of a king. Quetzalcoatl was the name of a king. Talking about Dungeons of Dragons. No, it's in the Dungeons of Dragons cartoon. All right, since you guys are going there, I was done with it, but all right, since you guys want to, you want to rock, so let's rock. All right, let's do this. It's in a cartoon that came out like 40 years ago. Yeah, here it is. Dungeons and Dragons. And just don't know what the freaking dragon's name, but you can look at the. I used to know this off by heart. I'm just freaking tired. And the dragon has 8 heads. But what they did was they took the history of the Dungeons and Dragons, or the history of that, and just made it into this cartoon. And just, you don't even, there's the dragon right now, and you don't even know that this doggone dragon belief was the reason why so many people lost their lives. And they do this a lot. Disney is good for this. They'll just take something and just totally fabricate it and turn it into something that for a kid and just make you think that it's all, oh my goodness, this is child stuff. No, people lost their lives because of the destructive nature.
Who dares awaken me?
Oh, right. Leave her to me.
Leave her.
Bobby, don't. She's indestructible.
You little fool.
You'll learn not to mess with Bobby the Barbarian. Bobby will be crushed.
Not if he isn't there.
Hey!
Quick, Sheila.
I know what to do.
Come on, say her name.
Hey, Tiamat!
Tiamat, thank you. Good grief. Tiamat. If you look up the history of Tiamat, you'll find out that this dragon is the reason why so many people lost their lives, because they believed that the conquistador was Tiamat coming back. Tiamat, who's, I think, the world's. If you look at the new also animation of the video game with the world serpent in it, God of War, they have a world serpent. I don't know what he's called, but the world serpent is supposed to be like Tiamat. They did speak Hebrew. Cartoons undermine decades with, and this was one of the biggest ones. This was one of the biggest ones. I seen pictures today of Mickey Mouse with Infinity Gauntlet and all media companies. The Infinity Gauntlet as Stones. Yeah. I wish I had a neighbor like Tone. Too many mindless drones. Man, I wouldn't get nothing done. We'd be chatting it up all day. Speaking of getting something done, I need to go. I enjoyed chatting with you guys. I gotta bug out here because I gotta finish this one paper and start another one. But love you guys, man. God loves you. Get yourself saved. Get your family saved. Take it easy.